Islam Dwayne Baffabe. It is August the 11th, 2019. Islam. Um, this is gonna be a quick video. Excuse me. Live on the shallow. What's that? Excuse me. This is gonna be a quick video. It's only like it's Sunday and it's only going on 10 a.m. I want to tell you what I experienced this morning or last night. So last night, let me just, before I tell you that, Dwayne Baffabe is your wife, about 2 days ago, not even a day ago, when I posted or I sent the video about me experiencing sharp pains. So the day is 11th. I think that was on the 9th. I think it was. I sent the video about experiencing sharp pains and forcefully, and I'm saying that I was saying that I don't care how good or I mean how much whatever someone says, because we are responsible for our own salvation. So I was saying if to have the implication of allowing such horrendous acts to be done to maintain someone's status it's an unnecessary evil. If for instance the woman, or I mean not the woman, but the female you love, it's an unnecessary evil, and that is not of a higher nature, a higher thought in Allah. And so in that's why so many times I keep telling you, Dwayne, and I keep posting the need for truth, because when so much has happened. So about 2 days ago, after I posted that, I noticed I saw a video on YouTube of Dr. Arrington-Bey. I haven't looked at any of his videos and now over 2 years. Not since it's been years, and I haven't tried to. Imani called this number by mistake, or sent a text to them by mistake over a year ago, but not since the naturalization ceremony of 2017, when I was the women were sitting at the table, and they were as I was sitting at the table with them, they brought up his name, and I felt really good that day, that year, because you and I were attuning, and it seemed like as soon as I felt your energy, I felt like the spirit of you around me. And the women got upset at the naturalization ceremony in Moorish American National Republic, and this is after Dr. Arrington-Bey's name was mentioned. And they were, and actually, one of them got up and was said, really? And I was, at that time, I was communicating with Dr. Aleem and Arrington-Bey through their phone and sending texts of greetings, and because I didn't think anything, I didn't have a thought to see them as a threat, or that they had an issue with me doing it, because they replied, except for the time when I sent the email about me doing an affidavit about the sharp tones I was experiencing, and they replied to that email saying that was my ancestors tuning in, and it was obviously not my ancestors. These were acts of terrorism. And that affidavit that I took time to write and type, it was serious, because I couldn't understand why am I experiencing such acts of terrorism. And they replied, this was in 2016, while I was here in Maryland, that was my ancestors tuning in, and I still didn't think any negativity about them, because because my thoughts weren't there with them. Not until after the naturalization ceremony in 2017, and after that, after the women spoke their name, and then I kept feeling your presence, they actually one got up, said, really? I tried to text Dr. Aleem afterwards as usual, and my number was blocked. So after that I was like, okay, I was like, I'm not worried about it, because I thought all was forgiven, because since the me trying to get my nationality through them, the Washita, because the Washita is definitely a Moorish nation, and They focus a lot on Louisiana, the ancient land of Louisiana, and and um, the land that was taken or not or wasn't purchased legally and so forth. So um, I don't know all. I can't remember or retrieve all the information right now because my thoughts are in something are about something else. So ever since because I first started off this journey with them, or I should say, trying to obtain my nationality with them. But at the time, I purchased, this Dwayne Baffin Bay papers for $300. And let me go back. So in the 2017, at that naturalization ceremony, because there were thoughts in the universe that you and the female that you were involved with were having issues. Um, I didn't understand when Dr. Lean and Arrington-Bey blocked my number after attending a naturalization ceremony at Moorish American National Public. I sort of connected the dots of, but I didn't know. I still don't know because I haven't talked to them. I don't know. I have not talked to them. So in fact, my thoughts were pretty good, even through the implication when my genitals were attacked when I first came here, in 2016 and 2017, and spirits were implying that Moors were involved. Because my dreams were attacked, or they were implying that unclean spirited Moors, those wicked Moors that Prophet Noble Ali prophesied that we will be among, and that would show their face in this life, in this time, not lifetime, in this time that he speak of, these unclean spirits were implying that. So, and that's my connection with that. So, so that happened, and that's under the video Sleeping Lights, the Sleeping Light video. And because I truly didn't understand why I was experiencing this here in Maryland, or Annapolis, Maryland. And and at that time, you and I was vibing, feeling good. I felt good about it, but all of a sudden, things was in a whirlwind when that happened. Because I was like, and then the unclean spirits sending thoughts that Moors that are in a wicked nature, wicked spirit was involved. So getting back, so when I purchased the information for $300 to have my name corrected, like like any Moor would do if they trying to do that, I wasn't knowledgeable of Il or Bey, our free national name. So every time I kept trying to go to the circuit court, or the court to file these papers with a name that Imani and I and Abbas Malik Bey had, I chose a name that I wanted without the Il or Bey. Imani chose a name he wanted without the Il or Bey because we was not knowledgeable of the free national names of Il Bey, or even El Bey, because his name is El Bey. So they rejected it. They were like, we can't accept these papers. We don't know what this is. It's not like when I actually went to the circuit court here and submitted the paperwork with Moorish Science Temple, and the clerks received it and said and filed it. Now we're waiting to hear a result for that petition. So I paid $300 for that, but that was in 2012. That was 2012, 2013, 2014, 2015. We went to New York. So, and anyway, 26. I have forgave, and I pray that they forgave me for whatever thoughts they might have had. So, anyway, 2 days ago I saw his video come up. And this is after I sent the video about no woman should, it's a disgrace if I because I don't know the female you love, that's in your house. But I think it's a disgrace to womanhood, priesthood. I was saying, if I knew her, say I knew her, and I watched and studied her, and I saw her and the people that she hung around with were wicked. Those that wanted to lift her up. They did things. They presented their face of righteousness in the public, or try to, walk, because they have status and money, but in the back doing some extremely wicked acts. And what if I watched and I knew this about her, and I knew this about the females and the males, or whatever set that supports unclean acts, thoughts, and words. And I was saying, even if I watched and I thought she was those that supported her was one of the wicked Moors that Prophet Noble Ali prophesied that would show themselves in this time, I still could not, I still could not wish upon her or those that are around her as a woman, as a priestess, according to Holy Quran Circle 7, what I've experienced to her. I couldn't do it. I could not do it. Knowing that what I know now, because see, I didn't know the things I know now 2 years ago. And then 2 years ago, I had a little bit of information, but I didn't know that 2 years ago. And then 2 years before that, I had a little bit of information, but I didn't know that. But as time went on, Allah is allowing me to see what we are among, these unclean spirits, and what they are capable of. So So now that I still don't know all that they are capable of, seeing my son Abbas Malik Bey being possessed, his body being used, him being his genitals being molested in front of me, and my son Imani Gray-Bey was just I think a small portion of what these unclean spirits can do. So when Prophet Noble Ali say we are part and parcel of this said government, I don't think Prophet Noble Ali, this is saying that we are supposed to be as righteous Moors, a part and parcel with unclean spirits in their acts, words, and deeds. Okay? Because he speaks in what is Islam. He speaks of those that are true followers of Islam, what they are striving for. So how can you be a true follower of Islam, which means peace, by trying not to cause harm as much as possible, with thoughts, words, and deeds as much as possible? It's not easy, but thank goodness we are in prophecy. And until I'm able to get there where I'm balanced, high frequency, I know when I'm experiencing unclean acts by unclean spirits, I know that this is a part of prophecy. So it does state in prophecy about them being cleansed out, exterminated. So I'm not lowering my frequency when I speak truth like that. But he speaks about so if he's saying what we as Moors are supposed to be striving for, getting to the point, that does not correlate with a necessary evil. It does correlate, though, if you are a Moor and you behaving in such manner with Caveat Emptor when he prophesies Moors falling down for the last time. Wicked Moors. Now, I'm not saying that's what she is, but the point I was getting at, what if I watched and studied her, and those that supported her, supported your union, and how you, Dwayne Bafubé and her union, all the things that these women and men, Moors, did in order to keep this circulation of harm and wickedness, I still, if I had the power, could not wish even what I know, and I probably don't know all the wickedness that's gone on upon them. I couldn't do it. That's just how wicked what is happening is. I couldn't do it. Prophet Noble Ali, in my thought process, my higher thought, he did not, being part and parcel of this said government does not mean on a spiritual level you are supposed to be making compacts, deals with unclean spirits, using unclean spirits to cause harm. So I saw Dr. Lean Bay's video 2 to 3 days ago, and I haven't seen his video on YouTube in a long time. It just popped up, and I know my tablet can be manipulated, but I ignored it because of that. Then this morning around 4:45 a.m. I was sleeping, and I had a dream, a force manipulated dream of this Middle Eastern male actually trying performing oral sex. It's like I didn't feel any sensation. It was like I watching a movie. I woke up quickly, but the thing is that it was definitely a spirit doing that. I woke up just like that. It was a Middle Eastern. It reminded me of when I first came here in 2016, when I first started to experience some of these things, and all of a sudden I start to see the Spanish speaking walk around saying he Fucku, the black Negro, or as they say the number 3 with the Spanish speaking, he Fucku, and the pale skin, these are unclean spirits, as they say the number 3, he Fucku. So these are definitely acts of terrorism, psychological warfare, and they are implementing a form of being part and parcel, as they accuse unclean spirit Moors, wicked Moors, to being a part of it. So they are definitely trying to say that this is that we have a deal with unclean, wicked Moors, and they did this, and they did it for you're not the first, okay? So this is, and I know this is not with what Prophet, my thought process, my higher thought process is saying this is not what Prophet Noble Drew Ali's vision was of our nation, of the Moorish American nation here, Moorish nations in other countries, the healing of the spirit of Mother Earth and the universe. That was one dream, and so then a few days ago, I also had a dream of a black male also doing the exact same thing, but he was actually playing with himself, and I woke up like this. Then I kept seeing a visual of this male. It looked so much, I'm not saying it was him, definitely not, of this black male, that manager named Thomas, attacking, just like almost like him, but just a different, attacking constantly. This morning, August 11, 2019, from Burger King. Now, Thomas is, I don't know him. I don't know anyone at Burger King personally. I don't have a conversation with him. I've heard him speak of New Orleans, or being from New Orleans. I don't know for a fact if he is from New Orleans. All I know is that he just about a week or week and a half ago was getting on me really, really bad, like extended conversation about French toast sticks being put in a bag and not a cup. And I was trying to tell him I'm only doing as an employee, but the manager, Miss Phyllis, does this all the time. So this is not the first time I kept seeing a visual, not getting back. That this is the best description I could say. Dark skin, stocky, maybe 6'3", 6'4", attacking, okay, constantly. Now, getting back to 4:45 a.m., as I was looking, as I woke from that dream of the Middle Eastern guy trying to have oral sex, I went online and I looked at a link that I know Moors are posting on, that's on your Twitter site, Dwayne Baffert Bay. And right at the same time as the dream was happening, someone posted, I don't care about little things. Don't let little things steal your happiness. At the same time, it said 24 minutes at that time when that was posted. And I was like, that's interesting, because I just experienced this wicked dream. And it had spiritual, and somebody from, it said spiritual something, spiritual, and I clicked on it. It was a line of spiritual quotes. So anyway, I posted that on your under your hashtag, because so I went back to sleep, and that's when this male of unclean spirit, the best description. I'm not accusing Thomas. I told you about the French toast sticks. It was just extended. I thought it was unnecessary conversation, because it's like trying to make it seem like I'm accountable for doing something that the manager, Miss Phyllis, obviously want me to do, because she's taken the paper out my hand and put the 5 French toast sticks in a box, and everybody that's in the front line are using the box for the 5 French toast sticks. So it's obviously that's what she wanted to do, and I kept trying to tell them that it's not me. I'm not going to override the manager, Miss Phyllis. But when you hear I'll do the paper. But he was like, no, you don't do it when you're here. When I'm here, this is what you're supposed to do. He's getting upset about it. I was like, he's really putting a lot of energy upon an employee who has, who is out of her power to do. She's doing what the manager is telling. I'm just telling him what happens when he's not here, so he can understand that I'm not trying to be insubordinate to his requests. But definitely that spirit that was attacked afterwards this morning looks similar like him. That's the only thing I can give you a description about. Very dark, stalky, but look different. And I'm not saying it was him, but different. That's all I can say. And then I kept praying, because Imani and I woke up praying after the first. We prayed Psalms and El Muhammad, which El Muhammad is Allah, the protector. Psalms 23, which is in the Bible. Then all of a sudden, the male was actually trying to seem like he was trying to penetrate me, and I'm ministrating, I'm bleeding. That same spirit while in my dream. I woke up in a second. And so I'm just giving you that information. When I went on your website, Dwayne Bey, your hashtag, the information about Burger King that obviously you gave me a go-to post was gone. So I posted it again, because that's not the first time I've seen that happen. And I know, I don't know who did it, but I did repost it under the hashtag again, Islam. So that's my that is my experience today. And once again, I'm not accusing the manager Thomas. You know why? I don't know them. I have never had a conversation with them. Why would they be attacking someone they don't know? And all I can say is I heard him say he was from New Orleans. But I will tell you this, and the spirit, like I said, look almost, but not like him. But not, I can't say it was him. It was just, I'm giving you a description because I know Dwayne Bey. You know who I work among at Burger King. So the reason why I'm giving you this information is because just too many times unclean spirits imply or downright accuse wicked Moors of doing things or allowing harm to come to for me to experience. So to either get me to submit to letting go as being your wife, or maybe, or whatever reason. I'm not sure all the reasons, because I don't know a plan that the thoughts that are in the universe. But I know that there's no such thing as coincidence. I know there's no such thing as a coincidence. And before I lower my frequency by being angry or upset, I'm giving testimony, and at least you have an opportunity to correct it. All right, you have an opportunity to correct it, Dwayne Bey, because in my thought process and what's been taught to us, we are all responsible individually for our salvation. We are all responsible individually for our salvation. So I'm responsible for my salvation. Monty Gray-Bey is responsible for his salvation. I'm Rhonda Arrington-Bey. You, Dwayne Bey, is responsible for your salvation. You have children. You want to raise them up to lead right. But they each are responsible for their salvation. The female that you say you love, and I do this like quotes, she responsible for her salvation. But in the book of Job, this is a thought, Dwayne, in reference to frequency. In the first in the first few pages of Job spoke about how he feared that members curse God. And I was like, frequency? How did he, my thought was frequency, how did he know that someone in his line cursed God, Allah? And then it spoke about how as they were giving gifts to the Lord asked Satan, what are you doing here? And Satan said, I've been here, in so many words. I'm to and fro. I've been in this line. That's what my thoughts are, this frequency. I've been here. So the frequency was low. And so the Lord said, Satan, what are you doing here? How did you get here? That's my that's my thought. Those are my thoughts. How did Job know that in his line, that he felt a spirit, or those in his line have cursed Allah in their heart. And then all of a sudden he started to lose family members, children. He started to go on to different trials and tribulations according to this book. When I say lose, that means they were killed or transitioned. So that's interesting to know. So I'm just saying that is in me reminding myself we are all responsible for our own salvation. Islam.